Vandich, they're not. Goss, Harper, Lockshin,
Here.
Rodriguez, Taylor,
Here.
Summers.
Here. All right, motion to approve the agenda. Motion. All right.
Second.
All right, Lockshin and then Taylor. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Approval of the minutes. Any approval of the minutes? Do we not? Oh, you're right, we do not have it on this. No?
I'm sorry, when we didn't make the packet, I just put the agenda in there.
Oh, it's in
So
the,
I do have them
it's
here
in
if
the
you want to look
e-packet.
at them. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Have a motion from Taylor, a second from Wolken. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Okay, I do not see any public participation. Any committee members have any communications at this time? Seeing none, let's go on to new business. Dana, item A, update of the satellite jail HVAC replacement.
Okay, we have Richard Van Noot from GHR.
Hello again, everybody. So in terms of the HVAC replacement at the satellite jail, as you were kind of all aware, the one thing that we were kind of up against is we were having issues getting the air handlers in. And then in early August, those came in. However, as we kind of discussed back then, at that point in time, it wasn't really good weather to do these switchovers. The number one thing we were waiting on is, as we did those switchovers, we weren't going to have heating and cooling in place to kind of carry the jail. So we were waiting for weather kind of more closer to what we are now to kind of be able to carry the building without creating any issues for the occupant comfort. With all that said, as of last Friday, we went ahead and shut down one of the boilers. Prior to that, we made sure that we could carry the building through one of the boilers. So we have one boiler up and operational to carry the building. The other one was shut down to allow for the installation of new air handlers and for new electrical connections. As of Monday of this week, they went in and started tearing out air handler 4, which is actually the air handler that takes care of booking. We started with booking. The next air handler will likely be the kitchen, just based upon the fact that those are less essential air handlers to the operation of the building. Even though the temp outside is fairly well, you get enough people in the space, it will still get warm if we take down the air handlers. So we're going to go ahead. We started with the air handler 4. Next one will be the one that handles the kitchen. So at this point in time, those spaces might get slightly warm, but in terms of the operation of the building, it's better to be that than to be the inmate spaces. After that, we'll go ahead and move on to the inmate air handlers, likely closer to the end of this month, which will be better for being able to carry those. In terms of how the current air handler replacement is going, I had a conversation earlier today with the contractor. At this time, they have the old air handler out. They actually have the new air handler placed already. They're in the middle of trying to make duct connections as necessary to get up and running, and they'll start working on the piping connections as needed. So at this point in time, based upon the schedule we had and the progress that they've made, the hope is to have the air handler up and moving air by the end of this week, which should be in pretty good shape. His hope was that, and so far it seems to be holding true, is that using this air handler first and kind of getting a handle for how these switchovers are going to go, we actually should be able to kind of speed up the air handler replacements as we move along. But the intent is essentially to take, whenever we take an air handler down, that's down for a week, and then by the time we get done with that week, we have it back up and running. So far, it seems to be going smoothly, and pretty happy with how we're moving so far.
Great. Any questions? Hearing none, thank you for the update. Oh, Kyle, go ahead, Mr. Patterson.
So you're saying that once you take one out of commission, it'll be out of commission for about a week?
Yeah, and that's part of the reason that we want to make sure that we have we have a good week and we have decent weather. Because once you have it out of commission, you can't get it back up until you get the air handler out of the way, get a new one in place, and get those connections made. So essentially, that's why we need to kind of make sure we have weather that can handle it. Because in warmer weather, you can handle being down for a day. You can't handle being down for an extended period of time.
Okay, thank you much. Dana, update on emergency purchase and installation of the
Richard,
chiller
thank
at
you.
Ilias.
Okay. Well, the good news is that the chiller has been installed, is in working order. We still are missing there's two circuits to the chiller, circuit A and B. Carrier was here and went through the startup and through the operation. They're aware that we're missing circuit B because it's comes from their factory. So we're waiting for it to come back. This chiller can keep up with 80 and low 90s. If we had 100-degree temperatures and a full house, it would be very difficult for it to keep up. So we understand that. It's a computer-related backlog. So we're hopeful that we'll get it yet this fall, and Carrier will come out and have it installed and be back to make sure that everything is in working order. Obviously, everything is still under warranty for up to a year, so we should be doing fine. The staff are appreciative of all the efforts and communication, trying to keep them in the loop and using those single small units to try and cool their hallways and the series of fans. Has worked for them. It's not been perfect, but they do appreciate the effort that was made. So, any questions? Yes,
Go
ma'am.
ahead, Jenny.
Just to be clear, you said that the only reason that it's not able to keep up with like full capacity is because of that missing circuit, and once we have that, it'll be fully operational?
When it's fully operational, it'll be just fine. In fact, it's a little bit oversized for the space. So when they do get large numbers, particularly in their large conference center, it'll be handled it perfectly. But right now, with only half of it working, that's the issue. So
Any other questions? Hearing none, then thank you, Dana. On to discussion and approval of the award of the County Plaza deck renovation.
we've got Carla Smalley from Bailey Edward Design here. Should have received both a bid tabulation packet, single sheet showing the three bidders, and then a two-page note from Carla and Bailey Edwards on the letter of recommendation for the bid. Carla?
Great. Thank you, Dana. We received 3 bids on the County Plaza parking deck repair project last Thursday. Deuce, Kelsey, and Golf. Keeley and Golf. Of the 3, Deuce was the low bidder at $444. And we talked to Deuce. They understand the scope of the work, are a good, reputable company, and we recommend the county proceeding with the work with Deuce.
Go ahead, Jenny.
And sorry, I was reading over this while we were waiting, but I know it says that you said they understand the scope of the work, but is there any, like, I guess, backup we can get for the wide range in bid amounts there?
Sure, I'm happy to call the other 2 contractors and see, what pinch points they saw in the project.
Okay, I didn't know if there was just something in their pitches that like stood out. It's just such a difference there. It's a little unsettling. I'd be afraid that they, are going to be not able to hit that or anywhere near it compared to the other 2.
I mean, that's, we can certainly check with them and see why their pricing was so high, but I will tell you that Golf is a large company. They're not close by. They're down south. Keeley is, I think their headquarters in Indiana.
I think they are in Indiana, yeah.
So I know that there's transportation issues with,
Right.
with both of those, but we can certainly call and see why they felt their pricing was where it was at, but, you know, we felt good about, I think we had 6 or 7 folks who picked up plans from Eastern Engineering. So I think we had at least 2 others that were not on the list show up at our pre-bid meeting where we discussed and tried to answer any questions related to the project and the documents. But we felt good about Deuce. First of all, they're located here in Champaign County, and always like that when we can award someone here with the county. But we've also had smaller projects with Deuce. They can do both small and large projects. They're a really terrific group, do good work, and have been great to work with in the past. So.
Agreed.
Any other questions? I will say that I am familiar with this construction contractor, and they have been around for quite a while, and they do a significant volume of work. I'm confident they will be able to do the job. They're probably just going to be very unhappy that they left nearly $100,000 on the table.
No, I appreciate even that as feedback. It's just, you know, not having that familiarity with myself with these companies and knowing now that they're local and that we've worked with them before and you have experience is helpful. So thank you.
I might also add that Gulf, when they were here for the pre-bid conference, did the walkthrough. They had opportunities to ask any question they wanted. We met for easily an hour at the building and walked the parking deck. So not sure why they were at 616,000, but
I mean, I'm comfortable with that then as an answer too. I don't think there's necessary additional follow-up just based on what I've heard here tonight. So thank you.
Anything else? All right. Thank you very much.
Great.
Appreciate it. All right, great.
I'm here for the next one.
Satellite jail consolidation bid also.
Oh, maybe not that one.
that's not her project. Okay, so this project is obviously jail consolidation being run through Reef Stack Reed Architecture here and GHR Engineering. The bid was posted last Thursday, late afternoon. It's at Eastern Engineering there on University. Anybody can go in and pick up plans. It's thick. It's a lot of paper, having picked them up, and you guys saw, if you remember seeing the bid specifications and drawings, it was about 1,400 pages at the last month's meeting. So it's out there. The PLA, I was just handed that is signed, will be listed as an addendum. There is a PLA document. The actual document is in the specifications. It's just not the one that's signed. So last Thursday was our deadline to get that out. So we did get it out. We'll add this now tomorrow and get that posted. We've got next week sometime, I forget what date, but we've got a pre-bid conference coming up so we can talk with any interested contractors. Talked to Reef Stack Reed today. They are in the process of calling all generals and subs, not only in Champaign County, but in close by counties that service this area, particularly the generals, but they're calling all the subs as well, electricians, plumbers, etc. So just making them aware that the project is out there on the street and that plans are available for free at the shop down the street. So it's kind of the update. Anybody got any question?
Yeah, so we were told last time that this would be available to us online, the plan, on the 17th. Were we saying that this is going to be something that we just discover here tonight? That we should go and physically pick up these plans for the jail? Okay. When we were going to be notified this tonight. Is this available on the website?
On our website, there'll be information. It's not up, it'll be up tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Information about that this is out. We will not post the plans here because we want to document who picks up the plans. We want to know who's picking them up so we have an idea versus, when we typically post on the county's website, anybody can go on and download, and we have no knowledge of this. Well, this is a little more sensitive facility.
How so?
It's a jail.
I understand that. I
It's
am
a
on the
jail,
facilities
and
committee. Can
we
you tell me
do
exactly
not
why these
allow,
plans?
Sensitive 24-hour buildings of sensitive nature, we don't let those plans out just to anybody that can pick up.
But yet they're available to be
That would
picked
be the
up.
same thing,
free
whether
of
it's the
charge
jail,
at this
or
point.
whether it was the nursing home, or whether it's the MetCat facility, any of those types of facilities, we've got to
It
keep
sounds to me
under
that
lock
they're-
and key, yeah, basically.
It is publicly available. It's just a matter of transportation and time to get there. So it'll be available to, say, my constituents who have the ability to go down there and drive and pick up those plans. I asked because the jail
That
is
is
an
true,
animating issue in my
Emily,
district.
but it is free, okay? And that's just, everyone understands that's what goes on with construction. It's not an anomaly, it's not, meant to handicap anybody, it's just, it is what it is.
And there's intention and there's impact. Again, like this is something that we were told that would be available to us. So I would like to discuss maybe a resolution, figuring out how to make this available in a way that's accessible to the public. Again, like this is an animating issue. We can, are you laughing, sir? What part are you lost on? I'm happy to explain. This is an animating issue for my constituents. I'm here to represent them. And there's an interest in the jail plans. So this can't be a surprise. Like at this point, I'm just responding to your nonverbal response.
Apologize if I've offended you, it was certainly not that, I was just laughing at the circumstance here. I'll talk to the sheriff and see what the sheriff has to say. He's got the last call on certainly the plans and how it's handled, so we've not experienced this before or had that type of question before, so if that's okay, I'll report back to you tomorrow.
That'd be great. If you could CC Steve, that'd be great.
Emily, just to make sure that I understand fully, you're talking about you want to have the actual building plans. I misunderstood, I think, in terms of the information that was going to be available to committee members, so that would be on me. So you're talking about the specific building plans, not,
I mean, I'm saying that I have,
Not
I have
information.
1,000 pages in this document here on the parking garage and nothing about the jail. That to me, I was expecting something different.
all right, well, if I misunderstood the degree of information you wanted, then that's on me.
I think
So-
we can circle back to this later, but we had discussed that.
Emily, quick question. So you don't remember seeing a document before from Reef-Sac Reed on this project?
Between the plans for the jail,
Uh-huh.
again, like I was told that we would expect an updated plan,
It was an
full
earlier.
1,700 pages document.
Dana, no, I don't have the mic on. Again, I didn't fully understand what your ask was, and we have had some updated information on the jail, but that's not the scope that you're looking for. So I understand that now, and that information, as Dana put it, is available, but he can talk with the sheriff and see if he wants to put it online or not. I mean, maybe the alternative would be to have a hard copy just for review. Is that an option for committee members then, if we can do that? Okay, all right.
Okay, I just want to note that there's probably going to be some
Okay.
pushback with the public,
Okay.
but it's great.
Darlene, did you have a question?
There. Okay, I got it. I just wanted to comment, I don't know, Emily, what you're asking for, but what Dana's trying to explain is that our secure facilities We try not to give out plans that have to do with mechanical, lighting, security, those kinds of things. Floor plans are available, and those are posted online, but your committee has gotten those kinds of things, but the documents that he's talking about are the bid documents for people to install the security systems and things like that, and we don't publish those publicly.
Thank you, Darlene.
Okay.
I'm referring to specifically something that was brought up the last time that this committee met. I don't believe that you were there for that,
Okay.
but that's what I'm referring to. Thank you.
Okay. Are there any questions from anyone else on the committee? Hearing none, we'll move forward to County Plaza renovation bid specs and drawings. And we'll be looking at approval of this. So, Carla, thank you.
Great, thank you. So we did submit the 95% documents for your review. I believe the electronic copies are available, and we're looking at putting them out for bid next Thursday. I have floor plans if we want to look at those, but I did not bring all 1,200 sheets of my plans either. But again, they are available electronically. We can upload them to a secured share site if you guys want to look at them.
We will post them on the website, as we've done in the past. They were emailed out in the packet. We chose, and I thought we talked about this at the previous meeting, but when they're so onerous in terms of, this one's 1,200 and some odd pages, the Reef Stack Reed one was 1,400. We said 2 reams of paper per person just is a little much, so not to mention the mailing and,
Yeah.
So.
A-
So
and it's a
appreciate
lot
everybody
of-
looking at them. If anybody has questions about it, would like to see them, touch them, look at them, please come by at your convenience. We'll make them available. Or if anybody's got any questions, just let me know.
Does anybody have any questions with regard to County Plaza? Okay, I guess we're looking for a motion to approve this going out to bid. Can I have a motion to approve? Ms. Lokshin, second, Leah Taylor. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to other business, we have a closed session. Could I get a motion to move into closed session?
I move that we enter into executive session pursuant